21 years ago, one of the darkest days in NASCAR history took place. On that day, Dale Earnhardt died while racing in the final lap of the Daytona 500. The crash stunned everyone. His fans, his competitors, and especially his family were left in shock. Dale Earnhardt Sr. was not just a racer. He was a living legend. His presence was so powerful that it felt like he would live forever. His aggressive driving style, strong personality, and desire to win made him unforgettable. But behind the fearless driver was a man with fears, regrets, and a complicated family life. Now, after staying silent for years, Teresa Earnhardt has finally opened up. At 66 years old, she has shared shocking truths that confirm what many had long suspected. Her words reveal the private struggles, emotional battles, and hidden parts of Dale's life that the public never knew. Dale Earnhardt's journey began in Kannapolis, North Carolina. He was born on April 29, 1951, in a small mill town where racing was a way of life. His father, Ralph Earnhardt, was already a local legend in short-track racing. Dale admired his father deeply and wanted to follow in his footsteps. From an early age, Dale became obsessed with cars. He loved the smell of oil, the roar of engines, and the excitement of competition. But his father did not want him to become a racer. Ralph knew the dangers of the sport. He had seen crashes, injuries, and lives destroyed. But Dale was not afraid. He dropped out of high school to pursue his dream. He began racing in small-town events, working odd jobs just to afford tires and gas. He struggled for years, but he never gave up. He was determined to make his name known. In 1975, Dale got his first shot in the NASCAR Cup Series. At first, it was a rough start. He faced better-funded teams and more experienced drivers. But his raw talent stood out. By 1979, he had earned Rookie of the Year. And in 1980, he won his first championship. That made him the first driver ever to win both honors in back-to-back years. Dale drove with a level of intensity that few could match. He pushed limits, took risks, and never backed down. His aggressive style earned him the nickname the Intimidator. Fans loved it. Rivals feared it. But it was this approach that made him a star. Over the years, Dale became one of the greatest drivers in history. He won 7 championships, tying the record held by Richard Petty and later matched by Jimmy Johnson. He also claimed 76 Cup Series victories, including his long-awaited win at the 1998 Daytona 500. That win was emotional. When Dale crossed the finish line, his fellow drivers stood along pit road to shake his hand. It was a rare and powerful moment of respect. Dale had finally claimed the race that had eluded him for so long. But while the world saw a tough competitor, those closest to him knew another side of Dale. He cared deeply about his fans. He once said, "Without fans, we are nothing." He believed that every race was not just about victory, but about giving fans something to remember. Dale was also a businessman. He formed Dale Earnhardt Inc., also known as DEI. The team became a force in NASCAR. It gave young drivers a chance and built a loyal following. But the success of DEI would later lead to one of the biggest family feuds in NASCAR history. Dale's personal life was just as dramatic as his racing career. He was married 3 times, but only Teresa became widely known. They married in 1982, and she quickly became a key part of his business and legacy. Together, they had 1 daughter. Dale also had 3 children from previous relationships, including Dale Jr., who would go on to become a racing star in his own right. Dale Jr. was seen as the natural heir to his father's legacy. But after Dale's death in 2001, everything began to fall apart. Teresa took control of DEI. She made business decisions that shocked many fans and upset family members. The biggest conflict was with Dale Jr. In 2004, Dale Jr. asked for partial ownership of DEI. Teresa refused. Their relationship became strained. By 2008, Dale Jr. left DEI and joined Hendrick Motorsports. Fans were heartbroken. Some blamed Teresa, saying she cared more about business than family. Dale Jr. wasn't the only one affected. Dale's daughter, Kelly Earnhardt Miller, also worked behind the scenes, managing her brother's career. Together, they tried to carry on their father's legacy, but without DEI, the journey became more personal than corporate. Then came the crash that changed everything. On February 18, 2001, Dale Earnhardt was racing in the Daytona 500. He was trying to block cars behind him to help his son and teammate Michael Waltrip finish strong. But in a split second, everything went wrong. Dale's car was hit and slammed into the wall at over 160 miles per hour. At first, the crash looked minor. Commentators expected him to walk away. But minutes passed, and Dale did not move. The silence in the stadium grew louder. Fans watched in horror. Soon, the truth was confirmed. Dale Earnhardt had died instantly. The impact of his death was massive. NASCAR introduced new safety rules. They required the HANS device to protect drivers' heads and necks. They added safer walls and better helmets. Dale's death saved future lives. Fans honored him by holding up 3 fingers during the 3rd lap of every race. That number, 3 car, became a symbol of strength and pride. Dale Jr. carried the torch. He became one of the most popular drivers ever, winning the Most Popular Driver award 15 years in a row. But DEI could not survive. Under Teresa's leadership, it lost its dominance. It eventually merged with another team and faded away. For years, Teresa remained quiet. People wondered what she truly felt. Now, at 66, she has opened up. She revealed Dale's fears, regrets, and what he said to her just before his final race. According to Teresa, Dale was not afraid of dying. He was afraid of living without racing. The sport was his life. Every time he came home, he felt guilty for missing birthdays, holidays, and quiet nights. He tried to make it up with the time they had together. Teresa said Dale often sat alone after races. Win or lose, he would reflect in silence. The pressure of being the intimidator wore him down. Just before the 2001 race, Dale said something to Teresa that stayed with her. He told her, "If anything happens, I want you to take care of everything we built." At the time, she thought it was just a casual comment. It turned out to be his final wish. Teresa took that promise seriously. She made decisions to protect Dale's legacy, but those decisions came with heavy consequences. She had public battles with Dale Jr. and other family members. In 2016, she sued Dale's eldest son, Kerry, for using the Earnhardt name in his construction business. Fans were shocked. Many felt she was being too controlling. She also fought Dale Jr. for the rights to the number 8 car. He won that battle, but later surprised everyone by praising Teresa for defending the Earnhardt brand. Despite everything, Teresa said she was only trying to do what Dale asked of her. She stayed private, avoided drama, and focused on preserving his memory. But her most shocking decision came recently. Teresa announced plans to develop part of Dale's estate into an industrial park. That land had been seen as sacred. It was where Dale found peace away from the spotlight. The announcement angered fans. Some saw it as a betrayal. Others believed she was finally letting go of the past. Many believed she was more of a businesswoman than a keeper of Dale's spirit. Some supported her decision, saying it was time to move forward. Others could not accept it. One thing is clear: Teresa's choices have shaped Dale's legacy. Whether she was protecting it or changing it, her actions will always be remembered. Dale's legacy, however, goes far beyond business. He changed the sport. His death made racing safer. His passion inspired millions. His story will never be forgotten. Even now, with Teresa stepping out of the spotlight, her impact remains. Her story adds another layer to the complex legacy of Dale Earnhardt. What do you think about Dale Earnhardt and the choices Teresa made? Let us know in the comments. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories.